In 1720, Britain's brightest minds and most powerful men walked straight into a financial trap that would destroy fortunes, ruin reputations, and shatter public trust. Politicians, nobles, and even Isaac Newton himself, the man who could calculate the motions of the planets, all believed they were on the edge of unimaginable wealth. Instead, they were sucked into one of the greatest economic mistakes in history, the South Sea Bubble. And here's the unsettling part. The trap that fooled the world's smartest investors 3 centuries ago still lurks in our financial system today. Because the South Sea Bubble wasn't just a story of greed. It was a blueprint of how money and power collude to manufacture illusions. Illusions that can wipe out the wealth of anyone, no matter how smart. To understand how it happened, we need to step back into early 18th century Britain. The nation had just fought the War of Spanish Succession, a brutal conflict that drained the treasury and left the government drowning in debt. Britain owed tens of millions of pounds, a staggering figure for the time. Servicing this debt consumed government revenues, and creditors grew anxious about whether the crown could ever repay them. This was the context in which the South Sea Company was born in 1711. Its official purpose was dazzling. It was granted a monopoly on trade with South America, which many in London imagined as an untouched world of gold, silver, and exotic riches. But the real business of the South Sea Company was far less glamorous. It wasn't about shipping goods across oceans. It was about shipping debt off the government's books and transforming it into speculative shares. The scheme was ingenious. The company proposed to take on a large portion of the national debt. In exchange, it would issue shares to creditors, essentially converting debt into equity. Investors were promised not only a stake in future South American trade, but also steady dividends backed by government payments. On paper, everyone won. The government reduced its immediate debt burden. Creditors got tradable shares that could, in theory, skyrocket in value. And the South Sea Company gained legitimacy and political power. But all of it rested on a dangerous illusion, the promise of riches from a trade monopoly that was, in reality, almost worthless. Spain controlled most of South America,